Welcome everyone. Today we have the Chinese All-Stars Tournament Finals, second game. We're looking into the game right now with the interface ready to go. Here we have the 8 players. Those are the players that we saw first in the first game of the Tournament Finals, and I'll be introducing those players to you again. We have Hakuru on the first position, second followed by 8000, followed by Chessfan, which is the world number 3 player, current world number 3, Chessfan 3638, followed by Amulet Ducky, followed by 666, followed by Kill, followed by Lilith, and lastly followed by the green hair player who played extraordinarily well in his group stages. If you guys have seen the first game, you would have seen a very nice game of display of skills. This is the second game. Over here on the left corner, we can see the points of players. The last player would have earned 0 points when the first player earns 8 points. Second player 6 points. So each player rank up depending on their finishing results to earn different points. What we'll be looking at in this particular round is to see which player do pull out ahead with the point accumulation, which players will be collecting items, and which players will be finding 2-star units in the early game. We do see Lilith, she top decked a Clockwork. Very nice. And a Clockwork is one of those units to be fearful of in the early game because he's a such strong unit when they're single units, and if he has a goblins with him, he's unstoppable. Now, I'm hopefully you guys saw the notification. Hopefully you guys saw all the hunters being picked up by a lot of players. This is what I say. Players are transitioning into hunters ever so readily because hunters give flat damage. Having 3 hunters in the early game can allow you to save up and also allow you to find more hunters with the win streak gold, maybe by leveling, maybe by rolling as well. So hunters are superb in the early game, and that's why we have our latest hunter guide ready for you guys. Well, Lilith also found the shadow thing. She only has 2 units on the board so far. Now, Growlithe says this guy seems to go elves a lot. They OP right now. The reason about elves is that what those high level players tend to do is they want to look around. After round 10, if no players are going for elves, maybe they will pick a niche market, they will go for them. The second reason they go for elves is when they top deck a Lone Druid. Lone Druid opens out so much quicker than normal elves because you're paying basically 4 units to a 3-star. And that's incredibly strong. Let's look at this. This is a green hair player. Look at his positioning and look at his unit choice. He is adjusting his inventory while he's positioning, and he chose Beastmaster, Anti-Mage, and Clockwork as his starters to verse players around 4. Those are the units he picked, and let's see how he fares. He's versing 2 Ox and 1 Draw. Ideally, he should win this round, simply because the Draw does not do that much damage. But the interesting thing is, the Ox actually have the additional health, and that additional health may be the difference maker. Oh, he did lose because Anti-Mage was hitting the Axe instead of hitting the Beastmaster. So that position did not fare well for him. And the draw actually was stronger than the 3 physical melee lineup actually. Now, we'll be moving into the next round. Let's see if any players level up or if players stay on level 4. One of the reasons players will level up on the round 5 is because they didn't top roll any of the units, nothing they need, so that's when they roll. Oh, sorry, that's when they actually level up. We do see Chessfan. This is Chessfan, by the way, with a little piggy. He's picking up hunters as well. Chessfan top rolled a 2-star Juggernaut in round 5. Okay, the caster definitely know what they're looking at. That's a mighty pickup. I can't even say how great it is. It's a 2-star unit, really strong Orc, and that Juggernaut's going to carry him multiple rounds, at least 3 or 4 rounds at least. Now, if we remember earlier, 8000 is a player with like a closet of legendary couriers. We see the elephant, we see this nice little fish courier. It's incredible. I'm so jelly, right? My best courier is my little chicken, which I don't think anyone else have the chicken though. I have a little chicken which is a great courier, but I have not seen anyone having that courier before. Let's have a look over here. Lilith is top rolling the Clockwork with the Shadow thing. She also have the Lycan. What that means is she's going to be incredibly strong in the early game. Because of that, she is actually punishing players big time. We do see the green hair player being punished by Lilith with the summons as well. Now, again, what we want to see is round 6, usually the top leaders will be leveling up to protect the win streak. Chessfan is the one that top rolled the 2-star Juggernaut, while Lilith is the one with the 2-star Clockwork. And there are 4 players with the lead of 100% win streak. What that means is some players down here might start the losing streak. If we remember correctly, the green hair player actually actively starts losing streak. I do see another 2-star Juggernaut, by the way. This game is going to be a very high roll game by the looks of it. And I do see multiple Hunters and Hunter Undead. There you go. Undead, withdraw. Undead, withdraw. This is how players favor the Undead in early game. How it goes with early game dominance is Goblins, followed by Elementals, followed by Warriors, and Orcs, followed by Undead. And those last few are actually on par with each other. The key is finding multiple 2-stars, and that is the key before round 10. You usually want to build a lineup around multiple 2-stars, and because there's so few units, that's what makes a difference maker. Of course, items matters a lot. Items on Venomancer, items on Lycan could change the game if they summon quicker. Items on a unit that casts quicker, say Enchantress, can also change the early games. We do see a Knight player, interesting. I like 666 idea for going to Knights. There's way too many Hunters. He did keep a Jorringer as well. Maybe he wants to find an Abaddon to go into Knights. So the great thing about going to Undead, Withdraw, and Abaddon is that you can always go into Knights. Kill did find a 2-star Luna. This game is out of this world with the high rolls, I have to say, guys. That's incredible. So 2-star Juggernaut appeared twice, 2-star Luna, and yeah, just things that usually we don't see at round 7 is flying all over the place. And this Luna is likely going to secure the position in the top of the leaderboard very soon. Because not only does he have the Luna, he also have the Hunters. That's such a strong burst. That's a such strong steady line of fire that most 1-star units cannot survive against it. Chessfan here have a Venomancer. This is when you're strong, you want to punish players even at the start. He's got the Warrior Beast Orc synergy with the Venomancer as well. And I wonder if that Venom has any items. Look at this. This is a green hair player who actively starts a losing streak. He is on a losing streak right now. And he is going to maintain the losing streak. He's actually not even semi-open fort, he's fully open forted. And let's see how he goes. I'm so excited about this open fort strategy as well. Incredible. Because we don't see much open fort in high level games, and he is a player who achieved 2 accounts to world number 10, or into world number 10. He was interviewed by multiple articles about his strategies and his plans. He's a very good player. So let's see how he fares with open fort. You may be wondering, why is he not having any units on the board? I think for most players, this is a choice. Maybe he can have some units and try to win the round, but the downside is he's at risk. If he accidentally won his round, he'll lose everything. He'll lose the economy, he'll lose the gold, and then he can never come back. I think it's a risk he didn't want to take. That's why he went full the open fort. Also, let me know, guys, what do you think about open fort, and do you think this is the best strategy? Because I do remember people saying, just go open fort to be top 4 in game ranks. But I feel like that should only be used when there's no choice available. When you're not doing well in the early game, and when other players top roll massively. That's when you go open fort for a chance of coming back. But you never want to be in the downward position anyways at the start. So instead of making a comeback, maybe you want to try to make... Oh, he's got too many units, isn't he? Oh, he saw the 2-star Clockwork. Did you guys see that? So, let me finish the last sentence. Usually, when in the downward position, you never want to, start open fort unless you're forced to. Here, we saw Lilith doing 2 things which most of us wouldn't agree with her. Firstly, she saw the 2-star Clockwork before round 10. She did lose her win streak though. The second thing is she sold 3 Witch Doctors. She did not fuse them because she was prepared to sell them. Now that she sold them, she's actually on 6 gold. I'm really wondering why she did that. Did she believe that her lineup was strong enough? Because she's only using 1-star units except the Mars. She did lose here. Is she going to sell more units? She can sell multiple units here. She did not sell them. That's interesting strategy actually. Because in my opinion, a 2-star Clockwork is actually wonderfully strong. Even stronger than the 3 1-star Hunters, because not only he's tanky, he can bounce around as well and mini stuns enemy. So let's try to follow Lilith and see how she goes. We're definitely going to follow the green hair player who is running a losing streak. Lastly, we'll be following Chessfan, who is still the world number 3 current world player with a 100% win streak. So Minnie said he could worry about summons to make him take more damage. That's really good idea, my friend. I fully forgot that. Sometimes when I run a losing streak and I see summons, they get me like, what have I done? Why did I even put units down? Because having few units give them the mana to summon, and then I lose even more health. So that's a really good pickup, my friend. And T-Bus said, What happens if two players open for mids? That's a really good question. When they meet, it's actually a draw for both players. They lose all these streaks. What that means is they will not have any win or lose streak after that. So it's terrible for both of the open fort players. That's why when you see a game with two open fort, it's going to be scary for both of them. Now, we do see the occurrence of finding 2-stars. If you guys noticed back there was a 2-star Timbersaw in the night lineup. This shows the importance of finding 2-stars early, and at this stage of the game, it's about saving up gold to make the 50 or to make anything count. Because if you can save up the gold, you get interest, you go ahead with economy, you come back bigger. If here you didn't have a strong unit like a 2-star Timbersaw or maybe a 2-star Luna, it's harder for you to win, harder for you to maintain health while trying to save. Oh, open fort. Look, Kill actually got a free win here. Now, having an open fort player on your game is going to be scary for those that also want to go a losing streak. We can see it here. Hakuru and Lilith have low HP. If they want to go with a losing streak, they can't because they were likely to meet the green hair player and he will take the losing streak away from them. I have been in that position before. I was playing a Queen game. I think I was playing with Super JJ and he was open fort and I was trying to run losing streak and he got me. I lost my losing streak because he just gave me a free win. Oh, look over here, guys. I'm a Little Ducky had 4 units down the board. Now I'm a Little Ducky have 5 units on the board. Now Little Ducky did lose to Lilith with 5 units. He's running a losing streak. Now if he finds the green hair player, he is in big trouble because he's going to lose his open fort. I'm going to be actively checking the chat here to see who finds the green hair player. Chess fan did lose his win streak to 8,000, guys. Big lose. So now there's no dominating leader. The green hair player is still running open fort. That's a fully open fort, by the way. So brave. So let's see. 666 won against the green hair player. 666 is over here, so she will enjoy the winning streak as well. So it's okay for her. The scary thing is for the players down here to find the green hair player. But something on the highlight is how low his health is. This is how much aggression in Chinese meta is. He's down to 38%, and this is not even round 13 yet. This is round 12. He still have to survive 2 more rounds to round 15 to make his gold. But maybe he can't survive anymore. Look at this. He went to level 7 already because he might not be able to afford another lose. Is he putting things down? He's buying things. Oh, he is very brave, guys. He literally puts down 1 enchantress to taunt. He's like, come at me, guys. That's right, 1 enchantress. Defeat me if you dare. Now, I believe he is going to Hunters. I can see a draw, see a Medusa, maybe Elf Hunters. He is not holding back, guys. That poor enchantress. It's like, guys, why me? Oh gosh. He is down to how much? 27% HP. I think that is like a dangerous low position for me. If I was running open fort, I would love to be on 30+%. And let's see how it fares. Hakuru did lose here as well. So we can see a clear indication of 3 players losing or 4 players losing quite a bit. Then 3 players standing over here okay. And then lastly, 8,000 only lost once in the early game, 3 HP. So the 97% is a big win streak leader. Okay, the green hair player is going to go all in now. You can see it now. He's just not going to hold on. I don't think 27 he should hold on for 27. He's going to roll. He's rolling. This is like a showcase of skill, unit choices, and just decision making as well. I hope he's not too greedy to try to lose again though. He's trying to lose. Is he now? Please don't try to lose. Okay, he's got a Hunters. He's got 1 too many. He sold 1 Enchantress. Ooh, incredible. Now I wonder why he sold Enchantress, because he can find the 3-star Enchantress as well. And that Enchantress had no choice. She's so dead. Look at this position for the Deuce. I like the Deuce's positioning because she needs to take some damage to deal some damage. He is going to Elf Hunters as a losing streak. Very creative. And let's see how he fares in this particular mid game. Right now he have 1 get out of jail free card. By losing once, he's okay. Losing twice, he's pretty much out of the game. Because you'll always be losing once to player with a win streak or with a mighty army, or maybe with knights with lucky procs, like 666 here. He's got a mighty knights. He's going to trolls. He found the troll warlord. That moment when you say things, he actually fight more. You're like, okay, maybe just we fly away because he's top rolling the RNG like no tomorrow over there. Now, those are the wolves. Usually players are okay with wolves. Two things players do during the wolves run is to look around to see the unit composition, to see who are the potential enemies to come, and also how would they adjust with the positioning. If the mages assesses, they will adjust directly, how they adjust with anti-mages and other units. So this is the round when you look around, and also you need time to adjust units back after next round because you did do the reverse positioning. Two things to highlight is round 16 is not a big spike round, round 17 is, because it is on curve. But for those players who have a losing streak, round 16 might be the best time for them to spike up instead of waiting for round 17, because you want to be always a little stronger than other players. You can't afford to lose health over here for those three players, especially the green hair player. Let's see what he does. I'm so interested. Lilith lost everything here. Lilith is opening up with a losing streak as well. She is a losing streak hunter. So greedy, I have to say. She had a perfect start with a 2-star clockwork. She also sold the witch doctor 2-star. And she's not leveling. She's sitting on level 6 waiting to level. Over here, the green hair player is doing something different now. The Queen of Pain is aggressively positioned? No, it's not. Look at this Luna, aggressive position Luna. And this is the hunter Queen of Pain elf player actually. He is using my elves as evasion tanks. Would that work? He did find one of the biggest win streak player, I think. And those knights are going to be too hard for him to deal with. Unless the queen can do more. On the Zeus is down, 3 seconds. This is going to be the first loss for him. That's a massive loss. He cannot afford to lose anymore. And this is a tremendous setback for him. Because as a win streak player that finds a losing streak player will always lose. Unless he top deck the druids. Notice he went from 27 to 13%. So he can lose a small fight. If a big fight comes, he's gone. A big fight means like a Lycan, like a Tusk, sorry, like a Train Protect, like a Summoners build, maybe a Viper, what am I saying? Like a Lone Druid, like a Nitrous Prophet, and lastly, maybe a Venomancer. Those beast summoners would really punish players. And those comes into play after round 17. Let's see how many players go to 7. All the players to 7. Let's see if anyone goes to 8. Usually, Chinese players are quite aggressive. They'll go to 8 here if there's a reason to, or they'll go to 8 after round 21. We do see there are a few occurrences of the mages. Chess fan here he is the win streak leader. He is an Orc. He is an Orc warrior with an elemental mage transition. This shows the power of the early game warriors and mages. What he did find is he found some elves actually. He found the green hair player who has been elves. Oh, he found a 2-star Deucer. Incredible, incredible. A Deucer here is superb for the elf lineup. Not only elves do physical damage, she'll amplify, but also the elves will enjoy the controls the Deucer provide. And if he can find a Slaughter, he can protect himself against magic. But the downside is he's on such a low HP. If he was on 27%, I would say he's got a chance to come top 4. Right now, he'd be lucky to come top 6. That's an Orc warrior. Oh, he's so... Oh, there you go. That's an Orc warrior undead hunter. Hunters are so versatile. You want the warriors, you want the beastmaster, you also want the undead. Necromancer is always better than Abaddon, because Abaddon, even at 2-star, is not that great without the knights. But Necromancer allows you to reduce armor with the undead, also he heals AoE. Being a warlock, he regenerates mana so much faster, double the mana compared to other units, and at level 2 Necromancer, it's just incredibly strong. If he takes any AoE damage, he'll heal back, so he's like a AoE mechanics recovery. Now the Beastmaster is the highlight here. Unfortunately, the Hunter met the strongest counter to Hunters, which is 6 Warriors. If you guys are wondering, 6 Warriors followed by Knights followed by 6 Goblins are the biggest counter to Hunters. Because Hunters only do physical damage, and not only do they can't pass through the Knights, the Hunters still have trouble with the mana gaining by attacking the heavy armor Warriors. And yes, he did win over here. What's likely to happen is that the 6 Warrior is going to be much stronger later, and next time the Hunter meets him, with a 2-star Lycan, with multiple warriors, it's going to be very different. I was gonna say, let's see if anyone levels at level 18. Look at these guys. Round 18. I'm a little ducky, and the green hair player went to level 8. Why is that? Because they're too low on health. I think I'm a little ducky actually had some decent health and economy. So little ducky here is actually very scary for other players. But the green hair player is just so desperate. He needs to protect his health. He can't afford to lose. So Wine is in desperation. Wine is just flexing his muscles. And thank you so much, Fernlight, for the Twitch Prime subscribe. Thank you so much, my friend, for the support. Let's have a look over here. That Laundry Bear is quite tanky, but not as tanky as before with 10 armor. What we're seeing is the power of a losing streak player. What happens with a losing streak player that doesn't die by round 25 is that he will take everyone down with him. So we will be seeing a few players on the top, and everybody else will be as low as the losing streak player, or even dead. Because of that, a losing streak player usually fastens the pace of the game by 1 or 2 rounds. And those are not small rounds. Sometimes Goblin players just need 1 or 2 rounds to make it work, but because of a losing streak player, Goblins can't find the techies fast enough. I remember back when Open Fort Elves was popular, I had so much trouble with Goblins. I was like, why are they everywhere? And why are they summoning? I used to lose 15 to 26% HP per loss to the Elves, because Goblins can't deal with Elves, unless we find techies, unless we find more units. Yeah, it was a dark time for the Goblins back then. Now, what can save the green hair player is by top rolling a Tide Hunter. That will solve all the problem with him against mages, and that will also give him a much needed control. Being an elf hunter, he doesn't enjoy the conquer that he can use to bolt and to tank up as the front line. Because of that, he will really be needing a Tide Hunter. He can't even use a starter because a 2-star starter is just awkward on his lineup. Here we go, that's the warrior player. That's multiple starters. Are we seeing a 3-star starter, guys? Maybe we are. Notice he's putting units on the front. He might be selling those by the time ends, because after your 30-second buy and sell, you still have 5 seconds to sell units. So let's have a look. He replaced a 2-star starter with a 1-star conquer. This is how players favor the control for the mid game. And we're seeing mages. I was going to mention, if there are no mages in the game, there was always someone we transform into mages, because they know this is a free market. They can capitalize on how many units they are available for the mages, and sometimes this works wonderfully, not to come first, but rather come top 4. Look at those elf hunters. This is 666. The win streak leader lost to the losing streak leader, by the way. So 666, the number 1 player lost to the last player here. Lilith is quite indecisive with her decisions, I have to say. She didn't get a massive losing streak, and she also sold some crucial early game units. And because of that, she's quite punished over here by the other players. She's on 8%. Sorry, she's on 10% with level 8, but not a great lineup. Friends Night said, thanks for the welcome. I love your YouTube videos, so figure I'll come to support you here. You're actually the only streamer I ever sub on Twitch. Thank you so much, my friend. You're too kind. Thank you so much for coming over, and you joined us at the perfect time. This is a casting for the Chinese All-Star Tournament Finals, and we're seeing some of the world number 3 current player and world top 10 players playing. They're using the alts because the tournament organizers allows them to use alt accounts to not have too much stress trying to rank up and trying to play a tournament game at the same time. Because in case you guys are wondering, playing a tournament, you can try to be number 1, you can try to go all in, but playing a ranked game, you just want to be top 4. So different strategies and different playing style. Oh gosh, Lilith is not having a good time. It's likely she'll be eliminated here. The great thing is hunters will be freed up. Whereas the hunters will be freed into the pool, so other hunters can enjoy more units. Oh, the green hair player lost. Who did he lose to? Let's have a look here. The green hair player lost to Chess Fan. Chess Fan is here number 3 player, but Chess Fan is a hidden boss simply because how strong Chess Fan has been accumulating his win streaks. So losing over there means the green hair player just lost all his percent. If he loses 1 random game, he's pretty much out of here. What are we seeing, guys? That's a 3-star Mars. Is that a God's Mage? No, it's not a God's Mage. I can see Crystal Maiden and Conquer. So that's not a God's Mage. This is Chess Fan, by the way. If you guys remember, he was a warrior mage. He was a warrior and a mentor, actually. He still wants to go into a warrior mage. He's got a Zeus. So is he a Gods Mage? No, he's not a Gods Mage as well. I can see the Axe, I can see the Juggernaut. Those are race synergies that disable the Gods. So both players are using Gods for different effectiveness. One uses for tank, one uses for the third mage. Very interesting. Remember what I said about Hunters being countered by Warriors? And that round the Hunter did win? Look what happens over here. This is a Hunter that's versing a Warrior. And this is the exact time the Warrior comes into power and Hunters gets destroyed by the Warrior. Massive loss of HP because Hunters can't deal with massive armor units. They don't get mana as fast because if you can't deal 50 damage, you can't gain the max mana per attack. And mana is quite critical because units like Windrunner or Wind Ranger and Medusa needs mana to cast their spells. Hunters is also a spell casting class in the late game. Hunters can control units with Conquer, Medusa and Tidehunter. But if you can't get mana by attacking, getting mana from taking damage is not good. Hunter have a lower HP base. And why do I say so many things about Hunter? Because we just made a comprehensive Hunter guide that took us 2 weeks to make it. And it's incredibly nice. Definitely check it out, my friends. We did get 2 Rook accounts to Queen accounts while testing, and 2 Queen accounts to World Top 2000 or 4000 Queen by testing it. It's a really good Hunter guide. Now, we do see the Hunter player is facing a Mage player. The great thing here is the Deuce ahead control. And because of that control, that's not enough. Oh gosh, the green hair player's gone. There he goes. Oh, he's so close. Multiple players are gone. Did you guys see that? 3 players were eliminated on this round. Some players was because the green hair player actually took them, and other players was because of the strength of the top 3. The top 3 is incredibly strong. That really pushes other players away. So the green hair player who ran an up-fought losing streak came number 7. This is something you want to keep in mind. He could have came number 5 because everyone died so closely, but keep in mind that is why losing streak open fought does not work anymore in most of the high rank games, because people will be so aggressive, you just don't have the HP to come back. And when you do try to come back, you get hit by a massive win streak leader that takes your remaining health. What we do want to see is early game dominance, elementals, warriors, goblins, and even hunters, and transition with those. I love 8000's choice of going Mars as a tank for his elemental mage. So this is a Mars elemental mage, and this is a Night Troll. Quite classic Night Troll, and let's see how the Night Troll fare with mages. That's double Enigma warrior. Okay, that's a 3-star starter. Okay, Little Ducky is definitely going places. Notice here, he's favoring his elementals, he's favoring the 6 warriors. So the 1-star Doom is actually better for him than Enigma, which is an interesting choice because he's facing quite a bit of mages. If I recall correctly, out of the 4 players, Chessfan is a Zeus mage, while 8000 is a Mars mage. Zeus mage and Mars mage. 666 is the troll. So the only player that has physical damage is actually 666 for Little Ducky. Let's see, Knights should counter mages, but not this Mars mage, I believe. Because mage just in the grand front line. Mars is like, he's not getting over across me. And that's a massive Mars. This is hitting Mars, and he's not even tickled. He lost half of his HP by the time all the trolls died. And ooh, Chessfan lost massively to the warrior player. The knight player did win. So, to summarize over here, the knight player did. Let's have a look. So Chessfan lost to the warrior player. What? Oh, this is a 3-star starter and Enigma. But I would think Chessfan might have a better chance against the. Actually, no, not really. So what I was thinking is the enemy player with the warrior does not have a Naga to go with the warriors, so Chessfan might have had a better chance to burst down the warriors. But the downside is the double tiny Enigma can really deal massive damage and massive AoE stun if they toss and cast correctly. Even without the Medusa, Chessfan lost. This is Chessfan, by the way. So I believe that is Chessfan, and yeah, Chessfan has the Zeus. Let's see how did Chessfan lose to this warrior player. I don't think Chessfan lost to him because of the unit composition, but rather Chessfan lost to him because of the RNG of the tiny tosses. There you go, Chessfan killed him. So, dying to Chessfan with the Zeus stat means there's 3 players left. This is the downside with the warrior player. 2 mage counters you, and the troll counters you. If you go less than 6 warriors, you lose to the trolls. If you go too many warriors without Naga, you lose to the mages. So, 3 mages. One is a 3-star Mars got Mars mage. One is elemental mage with Zeus. This is actually not an elemental, this is a warrior mage with Zeus. And lastly, that's an incredibly strong troll knight. Let's see how the troll knight can counter the mages, or could the mages take down the troll knights. Notice here, guys, the mages are level 9 while the troll knight is level 8. There's a big reason why they did that. But first, let's look at this. Who got the controls off? I believe the Dota over here for chess fan got the controls off first, and because of that he won convincingly. So Dota is a key controller in the late game. Dota, Conquer, and Tidehunter. Whoever finds the first Tidehunter is going to be incredibly strong, especially with the Nagas. I was going to say, you might be wondering, why did the 666 player, the Knight player, stay on level 8 for so long? The reason is that he wants to roll for his mommy and daddies. That's what we started calling them for the 3-star Chaos Knight and the 3-star Luna. Those are the crucial units for him, and if he finds those, he should be standing himself tall against the mages. 2 things he needs to find. Maybe the Nagas, maybe the 3-stars. He needs at least 2 3-stars to make himself work. Notice he's picking up a Slaughter and a Deucer. He's thinking exactly what we're thinking. Unfortunately, that's only a 1-star Witch Doctor and a 1-star Necro, and that can't help him. If he had a 2-star Chaos Knight, things would have been so much different, and that's a massive loss. Oh, oops. Now let's have a look over here. Both of the mage players won, so the Knight player is actually suffering by having not enough counters to the mages. Counters will be 3-star Knights or Nagas. Unfortunately, he's oh, deep. No, that's not enough. Unfortunately, he's taking back down dead. He doesn't need more damage, you see. He just needs to survive. He's been now Witch Doctor. I was going to say, unfortunately, he's a Troll Knight. The Trolls are quite squishy because he only have the early game 2-star Trolls. He needs 3-star Trolls to soak up enough AoE damage to cast enough spells. They're facing round 30. Let's see how they position after round 30. Notice the 3 warrior splitting damage. If there's only 1 warrior, they will get nuked and focused down by the lizards. Lizards is one of the hardest rounds, I have to say, especially for mages. But not those 2 mages though. One's got a Deucer, one's got a 3-star Mars. We're looking at 80%, 50%, 24%. It's likely 666 be number 3, Chess Fan be number 2, and 8000 be number 1 because of the HP lead. Now, there's no particular reason why this should happen unless there's a massive unit that counter the player to non-stop. But knowing that mage is there, human silence can make a big RNG factor, and because of that, having a great HP is a massive advantage. Oh, there's one more Chaos Knight away for 666. Can you find it? He's still rolling. You can see his gold. He's rolling down to 28. He's still rolling. He's rolling down to 26. He might be selling the Deucer here. If he loses here, I think he'll sell the Deucer. That's really nice. The unit that jumped in actually saved 666 here, because he didn't have to jump. But that's still not enough. This is the power of the Deucer mage, by the way. 666 lost. Let's see if he sells the Deucer here. He is not selling the Deucer. He's still sitting on 26. He got zapped as well. Zeus also punishes you with HP. Chess Fan is picking up another Deucer. Oh gosh. Now 666 still rolling. He found the Chaos Knight. Is it going to be enough? Because usually you need the Chaos Knight as a frontline tank, followed by a 3-star Luna. He needs actually both. He starts selling units now. I'm a little wondering why he didn't sell the Deucer earlier. Maybe he wanted to swap earlier for the units for Nagas before he found a Chaos Knight. With the Chaos Knight, I think he's pretty solid with those lineup. He just need Witch Doctor, by the way. Now, Chess Fan is saying something. Chess Fan is like, you're copying me, buddy. So apparently, maybe 8000 is copying Chess Fan's unit adjustments, and he's also moving his like positionings. Chess Fan's like, don't copy me. Wow, Chess Fan did 26 damage to the enemy, by the way, because of Zeus. Zeus does 10% of the enemy's current percentage health. Oh, 666 died. Okay. Let's have a look. 666 died to 8000. While Chess Fan with 1-star Zeus did 10% of the current HP of 8000. That is 8 damage additional to whatever units he's doing damage. But look at this, Tide and Medusa. Things are going to be very different for Chess Fan and 8000. That's a 2-star Tide with a Medusa. What's going to happen now is 8000 is going to be so much more resilient with the Naga buff. Chess fan is gonna have a bad time against him now. Chess fan found a tide as well, but it's only a 1-star tide. Oh, those players are upgrading big time. That's another Zeus. If he finds a 2-star Zeus, they will do 15% of the current HP as damage. But Chess fan's got a big downside against his Mars. If you guys are wondering, this Mars will reduce his mana gain. Because if you can't deal 50 damage on a Mars, you can't get max mana. And usually Mars with a passive means if you hit the Mars frontal, Mars will reduce that damage by 70%. You have to deal over 150 plus damage to even break the Mars passive to deal 50, and that's reduced by armor as well. So you have to deal about like 200 physical damage to Mars to at least hope to deal 50. Look at this change of positioning. 8000 lost, he's fully changing the mirror of the positioning. 8000 needs to upgrade for that Keeper of the Light though. That's a very tiny Keeper of the Light. And also a small Medusa. He's keeping the Lena though, interesting. I like how the Tide is positioned, but maybe he can even put Tide as solo by himself. There isn't any unit that is actually pretty much... Actually, this Juggernaut has melee for Chess fan. So the Morphling can stop. Oh, the Tide is human silenced. That's massive. That's a 2-star human silenced Tide. Oh, look at the Tide Hunter for Chess fan actually picked up massively there. Did you guys see that? So not only did the 2-star Tide get human silence, the 1-star Tide actually worked perfectly. So the caster did show that 8000 lost again. He got zapped. He's down to 18%. So Chess fan's coming back big here. So Chess fan's looking at 23% versus 18% 8000. If you guys remember earlier, Chess fan was on 50% versus 80%. That's a 2-star Zeus. 2-star Zeus zaps HP by 15% max at current HP. So what that means is it's likely to zap 8000 for 3 additional damage. Every point of damage is going to matter so much to the late game. Look at this, Chess fan is level 10 versus level 9 8000. 8000 is not spending his gold though. He has 50 gold versus 2 gold of Chess fan. And Snow says, is he being too greedy with gold? Should have rolled. I know, that's what I'm thinking. He's down too low, but Chess fan did zap him for 18. He was on 36, maybe he was okay on 36, but not anymore. I bet you he's gonna go to level 10. Let's have a look. 8000 was too greedy with his gold, I believe. 8000 was one with a massive lead as well. Oh, he's gonna lose the dragons, is he? Yeah, he lost the dragons. Mage have the biggest problem with dragon. Chess fan won against the dragon. So, the Zeus probably did a massive zap with the dragon as well. Zeus does do percentage damage to the enemy as well. He leveled up, 8000 leveled up with the Gyro. He's definitely gonna roll deep here. And this Gyro, this is gonna another Dusa. If you find a 2-star Dusa, things will be different again. Because that's a 2-star Dusa, 2-star Tide. He finds the Keeper. That's something actually. He's going to quickly adjust his positioning. And I love the split. He was losing because he grouped up so much. Now he's splitting a bit. The Gyro and the Keeper is diversifying his risk. And people do put the Keeper a little forward in the Chinese meta to allow him to cover more enemy and also take some damage. Oh, look at that. He managed to focus on that Dusa out of nowhere. And the boat followed. So he's going to win this round. He defended this round on 8000's like defensive rounds. He defended. Let's see how he fares on the. Oh, Chess fan lost. So Chess fan did lose to this new positioning massively. Right now it's 15% to 2%. Let's see what Chess fan found Disruptor. What it's gonna do. Tide Hunter probably have a Blink Dagger. That's why his position is so backward. If he doesn't have a Blink Dagger, let's have a look. That's a Medusa pickup. So Disruptor picked up by Chess fan, 2-star, and 8000 pick up 2-star Medusa, which is stronger. Definitely the Medusa, I believe. If the Medusa received damage and she cast, then Disruptor cast is going to be different. Look at this. I'm going to pause here for a second. Disruptor and Medusa position so forward. Chess fan is gambling. What is gambling? Is that he gambles those 2 units will not die. Second thing is he's gambling they will not get human silenced. Keep in mind, the other mage has Conquer, Keeper, and Crystal Maiden. That's 3 humans. If they silence one of them, ideally the Medusa, Chess fan is out of here. But if he casts earlier, the other mage is out of here. This is a massive gamble. That 2-star Zeus is fully ready. The Tide is ready to blink as well. Let's have a look. So, Medusa. Oh, Medusa is instantly human silenced by the Crystal Maiden. You guys see that? And the Tide followed. This will be it for Chess fan. Let's have a look. Yeah, this is over for Chess fan. Like, he's got nothing. The moment those two follow up like that, he's out of here. I'm gonna pause here, and I'm pausing here because the replay will end after the game ends, and we don't get to see an end game. That was a massive victory for 8,000 on both offensive and defensive front for two reasons. One is that Chess Fan gambled massively. The second reason is the pickup of a 2-star Medusa. This allows him to have a better control, and the human silence was massive here. Let's go back a little bit. Let's have a look at the positioning. I want to see where the humans are positioned for 8,000. So we see Keeper, Crystal Maiden. So 2 of the 3 humans are actually hitting Medusa at the same time. So that Medusa should have swapped with the Disruptor, or maybe having a unit next to Medusa to help her to tank some of the damage. The first hit human silence was massive for the mage. In the late game, if you treat your humans as if they are the anti-mage, that can work well. They are range anti-mages. So in the end, there was a Zeus. Sorry, it was a 2-star Zeus Gods, not a Gods mage, but 2-star Zeus mage lineup versus a 3-star Gods mask lineup. Both Gods were deactivated because multiple units were picked, but players still are picking Gods for not for their synergies, but rather for the utility. Zeus was the one that killed most of the players with massive HP, massive HP punishment, and Mars was the one that tanked for 8,000. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this game, and let me know in the comments below what do you think about running Gods without activating the synergy. I think a 3-star Mars is an incredible strong unit for the mage lineup, also for the hunter lineup. And let's have a look if we have any questions over here. Yeah, the Tide didn't have blink. Strange is so far back. That's right, Snow. I thought the Tide had a blink, so he did not blink. Let's have a look here. The Tide did not have a blink. He lagged himself multiple times into the front and he didn't do anything. And Fahrenheit, I agree, Tide should have been in front to soak potential silence, so Medusa and Disruptor could ulti, that's for sure. I thought the Tide had a blink or something. That's just a random position for the Tide without a blink. So yes, thank you so much guys for watching this particular game. To support me further, please like and please comment on the video. To support me on Twitch, please follow and please use your Twitch Primes here. Thank you so much guys for your support, and I'll see you guys on YouTube next time.